everybody. Welcome here to Unley Libraries. I'm Karyn, I'm one of the youth and children's librarians, and we're lucky enough to have today a lovely author, Emma Bowd, who has several books as part of our collection. Welcome along to Unley Libraries.
Oh, I'm so delighted to be here. It's a beautiful library.
I'll just show you our other book here.
Oh, yes.
The Day You Were Born and Shoes, and we've got some others that are actually out to customers at the moment. But we thought that whilst you were here, you might like to answer a few questions.
I would love to.
To talk to our customers about some of the things we've got coming up as well in Unley Libraries. We've got a special exhibition called Juvenilia, which is talking about the childhood works of special authors and illustrators. So I thought maybe you could tell us, where did your journey start?
Yes.
Or how old were you as a child?
Yes.
Back up there.
I always ask children when I do my school presentations, how old do you think I was when I wrote my first story? I probably should preface it by saying, how old was I when I told my first story? So I was an only child for quite a few years.
Right.
And I had a little duck figurine called Mr. Quack Quack,
Mr. Quack,
who I used to drive my mum crazy with. I would make up a different story every day and tell her the story of Dr. Quack Quack. So my writing started from storytelling.
Right.
And I grew up in a family of storytellers as well. And my mum loved poetry and would often recite Australian bush poetry and things. So I grew up in an old-fashioned 1970s family who loved stories and storytelling. And
Right.
I had a vivid imagination. We didn't have a lot of things at home, so you kind of had to make your own play and make your own fun, if you like.
Yeah.
And Dr. Quack Quack was the bane of my mother's existence.
So is that, like, a lot of your stories are just kind of joyous in subject? So what's your main inspiration that you find for most of your...
Yeah, my inspiration is definitely writing stories that capture the joy of childhood. So I'm the mum of 2 children myself who are now young adults, and I really feel passionately about picture books, especially because my writing journey did actually start off writing books for adults.
Right.
So picture books capture 2 things: my love of poetry and rhyme, and I think that's a beautiful, it's just joyful to listen to and to speak for families.
Some of these
and I love how they're the touchstone of literacy.
Yes.
So they are something that's shared between a carer, a parent and a child.
Yes.
My first career was in occupational therapy, so there's actually a lot in a picture book, from the fine motor of physically holding the book,
Yes.
turning the pages, visually scanning from left to right.
Correct.
It's a big thing to learn. So there's so much in a picture book that I connect with and I love, and you will only ever see me writing stories about the joy of childhood, because that's just something, it interests me. I love writing it, I love reading it, and I hope families loved it too.
Fantastic. And we can see from these, yes, there is a lot of rhythm and rhyme that's going into the actual story.
Exactly. So I love alliteration, I love assonance, I love rhyme, I love playing with language, and I think children have a natural affinity to the playfulness of language too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to be ground down with
Yeah, they see the fun and they like the fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that we did a story time actually online.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, in the past about wonderful shoes. That was really popular. So, head out to the library and get one of these books if you can.
Yeah.
So just what is your future projects that you've got coming up?
Yeah, so I've just released This Is My Happy Place with the Fern Press, with the wonderful UK illustrator Jen Cartun. So that was just in March.
Yes.
So I've been doing quite a bit of publicity and promotion for that book.
That book is currently out, so we couldn't show you that one.
That's a happy problem, right?
Yeah.
So I'm really enjoying that. I've got a number of picture books signed up with HarperCollins publishers, which will be coming out in the years to come.
Yep.
And I'm really excited about them. They're more joyous books that celebrate everyday family life.
Yeah.
I'm just about to start working on a verse novel. I'm going to say it here in public and make myself accountable.
Yes.
But that really appeals to me. Again, playing with language and the creativity of how the words are presented on the page, and it really appeals to me. So I'm going to have a crack at that.
Great.
Yeah, but I've always got dozens of. I've got a whiteboard at home in my study with all of the things that I've got on the boil.
Fantastic. So you're just constantly inspired by the stuff happening around
Absolutely.
you
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in doing some writing and illustrating and you want to head down to meet some local authors and illustrators, Juvenilia Showcase will be on in June, but just wanted to say thank you for coming along. We love when people come and meet us here who we've got their
it's an
content
absolute
in
pleasure.
the library.
I actually used to live in Adelaide.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So my very first job when I finished uni was for an occupational therapy firm in industrial rehab.
Yeah.
And Brisbane office was a bit quiet, and they said, look, Adelaide's going gangbusters. Would you like to go down and help out for 6 months? I ended up staying here for 9 months.
Fantastic.
Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
So I have a little connection. Yeah.
And you're off to meet some other people today as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've been visiting a few bookshops and things, and that's all to do with Happy Place, which is, fresh off the...
Fantastic. Well, we've only got these books in at the moment, but keep an eye out for all of Emma's books, and we'll keep you updated with further information on our Juvenilia Showcase.
Wonderful.
Thank you.